huge shout out to everyone at Silver Lake Auto, everyone who did everything, and a massive special shout out to our good friends Slack and Dan, who is here with us right now. Let's pull them up. Let's get them on. Look at us.
You got it?
Yeah, my chat says I forgot the best part. Crocs for the entire family.
Crocs for everybody.
Dan, say hi to everybody. You're live on stream, my friend.
So, hey, before we get going, how's the stomach feeling after yesterday?
The stomach's feeling like $1,000,000. Yeah, I had a normal movement this morning, and we're good to go.
Too much.
Too much. Okay, sorry. Yeah, too much. Too much.
Yeah, good.
But we're feeling
100%.
You know, the only thing is I didn't really eat dinner, so I didn't get like all the calories I needed yesterday because I was still kind of feeling gross. So Jed's funny, man. The Crocs for the family is awesome.
And how many subs to get the shaved head?
Shaved head is 4,000 total.
All right.
Yeah, 5,000 total, and we get close to where your beard's at. No offense.
Got to step up.
So Dan, thank you so much for joining us today over there from Silver Lake Auto in the boss's chair.
Awesome, thank you.
I absolutely love it. So I just kind of told the story. Anything you would add or share from your perspective?
Well, you know, obviously I've been following you for a while on Twitch. It's been fun to watch, right? I can always throw you on in my house, and I know it's gonna be a safe place. And the community is just something that has been really magnetic. It allows me to be attracted and kind of watch and listen, and you know, and my kids are in the chat, right? So when I heard your story and I heard what was going on, you know, I know the auto repair world can be kind of a scary place for a lot of people to navigate, and it doesn't have to be that way, right? We can do better, you know, as an industry. So it was just kind of an interesting way to go, like, oh, I'm going to reach out and see what happens here. You know, I've always appreciated what you do, how you live your faith, how you lead yourself out there in the public and the platform that you use and how you use it. And I try to emulate that at Silver Lake Auto. We've been doing that for a long time here too. So it seemed like a great partnership, and yeah, hey, let's shoot a shot and see what happens and see if John replies and go from there. And it's been really fun. I mean, so I've really enjoyed it. My staff has really enjoyed being part of this, and it's just a big win for all of us. So it's been a lot of fun.
So you've used that word probably more than any word when you and I are talking about this. Like, that you want to have fun. It is fun. You're in a position to make it a fun thing. You said the staff was excited. What, like, my wife, it was like, what is going on? Was your wife like super excited about it and like, oh, this is really cool? Or is she like my wife and it's just like, what is the world?
Yeah, right. My wife's right. I mean, so she's kind of like, she doesn't get this whole thing to begin with, but she's supportive, right? So, but yeah, it was kind of this is a weird little collaboration thing, and people don't know what to understand or how to take it, you know, like how we were first wearing this too. So my kids have been more excited because, you know, they're following you. Luca's in here, and Noah's probably in here too, and they're like, oh, you know, it just becomes fun. Like, oh, can I clean his van? Like, sure, I'm sure he would appreciate that. So it's yeah, it's weird, right? But just along for the journey and enjoying the ride.
100%. Butterworth wants to know, how bad was the car, Dan?
How bad was the car? It wasn't that bad. I mean, it was. It's very time extensive, the repair. So the technical side of it, what happens on those Hondas is the piston rings tend to get carboned up, and then when the piston rings get carboned up, oil can go by them, and then the oil follows the spark plugs, and then it starts running. It doesn't run on all the cylinders correctly, and that's that shaking you were feeling. So you just have to pretty much tear the engine down, clean all that carbon up, reassemble it. So it's a lot of labor, not a lot of parts, just a lot of labor. So it's not bad. It's just time extensive. But the van is in pretty good shape, John. You should be proud of that. You did a pretty good job taking care of it. You know, there were some what we call bumper car rub marks on it, you know, from stuff. But Luke got a lot of that cleaned out of it. But it was worth the investment in our opinion. If it wouldn't have been worth the investment, I definitely would have said, hey, John, time to do something else. But it was worth it, and I think you're going to be happy with that van for a while yet until you get that F-150.
I was gonna so that I will trade the Jeep in someday for an F-150. I want to just share this because this is the kind of person that Dan is, guys, here from Silver Lake Auto. I'm gonna learn more about his business here in a second, but you looked at me, I think it was at the very end of dinner, and you were just like, "Hey, like you're never gonna get more for this van than you will right now. So if you want to sell it like that, that's okay. That don't feel like you can't ever sell it because we helped you out here." And that's just an amazing thing to say, an amazing thing to do. I talked to Jody about it on the way home, and we're both like, no way. We're driving this bad boy into the ground. So we're super thankful for all that you guys did. It's an unbelievable thing. Like my kids were freaking out when they got in. It looked like a brand new car. And the Jeep, my friend, is what will go for the Ford F-150. But this van is ours for these kids and for the one coming in March.
And it was, we wanted to take it one step further. We really wanted to get a Green Bay Packer wrap on that van and deliver it back to you for the
there it is,
for the fun, for the ultimate troll. But we decided we probably should keep the relationship intact.
Appreciate that. Thank you. It would have been one of the funniest things you could have ever done. I mean, it would have gone viral.
I would have found some of those Packer flags on the windows. I would have given it back to you, but at least with that, made you drive back to Illinois with that on and see if you got shot at. But
that's funny. I love it. Jeremy says would have dropped the value significantly. That's a good point, Jeremy. That's a good point. At least here it would. So my friend, tell us a little bit about Silver Lake Auto, the history, where you guys are at. I mean, we have as I told you, we have a lot of people that live near Wisconsin in the Midwest. It's a cool story what you guys are doing.
Yeah. It's I'll give you the abbreviated version of the story. My dad started the business as a 2-bay Shell gas station in 1973, and we moved into our current location in Oconomowoc, which is just outside of Milwaukee. I think it was 91, 92. My brother Darren and I were 50-50 partners. We purchased my dad out in 2015. And then since then, we've really just been kind of growing the business and scaling the business. We have 5 locations in southeastern Wisconsin, all auto repair, general auto repair maintenance. We work on all makes, all models. And we also have a towing vertical out of that too, where we have tow trucks. We're opening up our 6th location in Grafton, which is a little bit north of Milwaukee, early in 2025. So we've been expanding, but been around, been in a community for a long time. I think we've been doing a lot of things right to kind of grow the business the right way. And not that we're perfect. We make mistakes, but we own those mistakes and are humble through it all. But my dad taught me how to do business with integrity and dignity, and just a lot of work ethic. And I want to honor that for him, and I want to pass it on to my kids. So this business can be here for a long time and serve our staff and serve our customers in the best way we possibly can. But that's basically in a nutshell. I mean, you got that Slack. You can do the > Slack in a stream and learn a lot more about us and see some of the journey of John's vehicle on some of our socials. And we're always looking for great people to kind of join this culture. So there's opportunities in there also where we can engage with people who maybe aren't in southeastern Wisconsin, but would love to come here. It snowed 5 inches yesterday, and maybe move from somewhere nice and warm like Arizona and move here and work on cars or work for this company. Love to engage people with that, but we need great people to grow, and if we want to grow the right way, we got to find a way to attract those people and have them, invite them into our team and help us grow this culture and maintain this culture, and that's vital for us right now.
Dude, that's so cool. And, I do think that you're going to get some people that are going to come out and use code. Just mention BeardedBlevins. You get 10% off of anything at the Silver Lake Auto. Almost anything, 98%. We'll leave it at that. And check them out. There's tons of locations. Google them. But the fact that you just said there's open, potential for employment. I mean, I get asked all of the time by people in chat, do you have anything you can do? Any suggestions? I'm looking for anything. And you just mentioned that. I think you're going to get a couple of people interested.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. And I want to shout out a couple of people that helped us along this journey with the repair of your van, if that's all right.
Please,
so
please.
Yeah. So Tyler and Tyler, Jim, they kind of help kind of manage us from afar. They're a couple of my managers have been with us for a real long time. Jacob Miller, he was one of our master techs that worked on your van, pulled it all apart, tore it all apart, did a great job making sure this thing was done well. It's still running well, right?
It's running perfect.
All right, good.
Zero
Good. You had
issues.
to make
And Jody has a new rule: no snacks in the car. So
no snack.
it's not only running perfect; it's perfectly clean still.
Yeah, clean the thing. Right? He did a great job cleaning the thing. So if you do make a mess and get some snacks in there, just we'll get a hold of Luke and he'll come clean the thing up for you again.
Perfect.
And then, Krista and Alan, they built that web page. We know that the name's wrong, John, John. We know it's Jon.
Oh, that's okay.
Fixed, and then they somehow got reverted back. We'll get that fixed up. But they were great with helping out with that too. But the staff's been great. I know a lot of them are watching right now. They got it on in TVs and the locations. They're all watching it. So appreciate all the staff that everybody that helped make this happen. I couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you very much.
Legend, my friend. When I lived, when I and
in the chat.
Go ahead. What's that?
Cool. Jacob's brother's in the chat.
Oh, he's his twin. Let's go.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to AKT for the 4 months. Glad to be such part of such a great community. Thank you. A huge shout out to Father Paul with the 55 months as well. Subathon day 1, technically day 2, happening today. Right now, guys, I'm with Dan. Would you CEO? Is that fair to say? CEO, CFO?
Yeah,
owner?
I carry a lot of roles, right? I title a lot of roles. So we're still a small business, but yeah, the position I sit in is CEO and
boss
president.
man at Silver Lake Auto in Wisconsin. Yeah, there you go. I love it. One question here, and by the way, we're gonna get some Fortnite in. He's gonna head home in the 5 inches of snow and get some Fortnite in with me here for the next few hours. We'll get some games in with his kids as well. But here you mentioned it earlier. The auto industry, it can be such a tricky place for people to navigate. When I lived in Gurnee, we had this guy that I had been going to since I was 14. I took my first truck there, and the reason that I went to him is that my mom and dad trusted him, and it was just like, we don't think this guy is going to overcharge or say things are broken that aren't broken. I don't know why there's that fear or why there's that stereotype in the auto industry. But we gave that guy business for 15 years until he sold his place. He actually also bought my first truck from me. It was valued at like $400. He gave me $1,000 for it. He's like, I'm going to drive it around my farm. Like, the guy was just a genuine dude. I get very similar vibes from you, that you are a trustworthy guy. What do you say to people about the auto industry and why they can trust Silver Lake Auto?
Well, yeah, everybody has a different way that they would like their auto repair experience to be. For the customer who's just looking for a transaction, they want to go in and get an oil change, sit in their car, get in, get out. There's places that do that, that do that. We are not that business. We're very clear in who we are as a business. We really lean in on the relationship side. We don't want it to be a transaction. So even so, we're not for everybody either. But I think it's very for our customers. What I tell them is, understand what your goals are with your car and the relationship you're going to have with your whoever's taking care of it. If you just want just a transaction, go do that. There's places that'll do that you can go in and get out and not have to worry about it. We really try to be a very transparent organization. You saw some of that in our inspections, the pictures, and we want to help educate through video and pictures to our customers so that they can be well informed, so that they can make great decisions. And I believe that transactional model sometimes leaves a big void there, and people don't get that transparency, and they don't get educated on what's going on with the car. So then they might have some buyer's remorse. Should I really have fixed it, or shouldn't I really have fixed it? We want to partner along with people and help them make those decisions as best as possible. And then, the true colors are shown when things don't go well. We're people, right? We're messy. We make mistakes. Things go wrong. And the larger we get, it seems like the more that opportunity for that to happen is. How they show up when those things don't go well, when you do maybe complain and say that I don't feel valued, I don't like what you're doing. If they just ignore that and turn their back on you, I think they deserve to have their back turned on them. So when they do make mistakes, I think it's important to engage them, and if they do want to fix it, give them the opportunity to fix it. And if you find that partnership, I would hang on to it as much as possible and continue to lean in on that. And that's who we try to be. We try to be a partner, not just your local mechanic.
Let's go. If I want to support you by actually paying for the repairs and everything on my vehicles going forward, will I be the person who's driving the farthest for now or no?
No, you won't.
Dang it. What if I move to Florida? Then will I?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. We actually have quite a few Michigan customers. So that come in, like right now, they'll come in for the holidays to visit family that they've either relocated and moved to Michigan or Minnesota, and they come in for weekends and they wait with their auto repair until they get back into town. So I know we got some Ann Arbor, some Saginaw, Bay City, too many Lions fans for my taste, but.
What a blessing. Great question here from Fuse. Says, very topical question. John, have you ever changed a tire on the side of the road? I have changed 2 tires on the side of the road with assistance from a police officer both times, because I didn't know how to use the lifter.
It's called the jack.
The jack. Yeah, the jack. Yeah, I didn't know how to use the jack. It's a lifter. Why? A lifter is a much better word, is it not?
No.
Okay. But I had to use that. But I knew how to do the nut bolts.
The lug nuts.
Dang it! The lug nuts.
Hey, you gotta come spend a day, man. You gotta come spend a day.
What's
IRL
this?
stream.
What's this thing? The wrench.
The butter churner.
Yeah, I got no. The thing that you use to get the lug nuts off.
It's a wrench.
A wrench.
Let's call it.
I knew how to use that. Okay, I'm serious. Let's do that. A day in the life at Silver Lake. That's a genius idea.
That'd be fun.
We'll use some social media for it. My goodness, lug nuts, tire iron. Okay, be nice to me, guys. This is wild.
Get on, guys. Get on.
This is wild. Dan, seriously, what a cool thing. A huge thank you to everyone that you shouted out from me and from my wife. It's been a very, as you know, like we started our own business, I kind of went off on my own. Finally, that takes time as you know, to get things rolling in. And so it was a huge blessing, for our family and from you and everyone. So thank you. Unbelievable service. We'll absolutely be using Silver Lake Auto. If you guys type in !Slack right now in the chat, all the information pops up, 10% off. There's really cool stuff that they're doing, and clearly just Dan is a legend, someone you can trust, and I know a lot of you live in Wisconsin, so definitely use them. And then of course the job opportunities apply. If somebody goes and works there because of something that we did together, how cool is that? Like just the power of community in action. Dan, you're an absolute legend. Is there anything else that you want to share before you head home and hop into some Fortnite games with me here?
I appreciate you, obviously, chat community. I appreciate you guys. It's fun to hang out with you guys when I get the opportunity. So keep doing what you're doing. This is great. Keep building on it. Praise God. This is awesome. And let's have some fun. I got big shoes to fill today. I am going to be the carry.
Oh, come on. You have to live up to that now, my friend. We are going to see, won't we? I'm definitely not going to be keeping track of all the kills on a piece of paper to my left throughout the entire day. Definitely not going to be doing that.
Sounds like a competition. All right.
Well, thank you, my friend. Silver Lake Auto, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be with him for the next 4 hours here as well, playing some Fortnite. Appreciate everybody listening. Dan, you, and everyone over there. God bless you, and thanks for all you guys do.
We'll see you in a little bit.
See you soon, my friend.
Bye.
Chow, what a legend, huh? What an absolute legend. That is Slack and Dan. Just a cool, unbelievable story from Silver Lake Auto. There are incredible people out there. There are people who are doing awesome things. My son is one of them. Hello.